Yeah, this is my state, this is my team. You know what that means. This is for the black and blue that I bleed. This is for the chance to bring home that ring. But everybody gonna doubt this. So far there ain't been another way around it. We bring heat to the game each week. They just say we ain't got what it takes, we ain't bout it. Well, y'all can just keep saying that we ain't gonna make it, but at the end of the day, this will be the Panthers nation. You know, this ain't a game to us major players at every angle that you can think of. That's like you hate us. Get out the way of greatness. You can look at our faces and see the blood, sweat, and tears that it took to create this. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but you can save it. Cause even on the darkest of days, you know we're always gonna find a way to tell them what we gonna do, we gotta
All right. What's good, people? Welcome to the episode 17 of the Panther Nation podcast. Man, got a lot to talk about. First off, I want to apologize for the announcement that or the posting that I did yesterday. I set it up a day ahead of schedule. Got a little bit ahead of myself. There's a lot to talk about, so I didn't look at the dates properly. So I apologize to everybody that was trying to get on last night and couldn't. That wasn't the intention. It was supposed to be scheduled for Monday. Obviously, we're here every Monday, 9 p.m. barring some act of God or something like that. So every Monday, 9 p.m. And if there's a change to that, we'll announce it on Twitter or Facebook, or Twitter and Facebook, I should say. So, all right. That being said, everybody, welcome. Episode 17. Lots to talk about today, folks. Where do you want to get started at, Dave? How you want to start this thing off?
I don't know, man. We can roll with the how our former Panthers are doing.
Okay, yeah,
let's guys out the way.
Let's get these guys out the way, man. A couple things. If you don't follow us on Twitter, man, you missed the show over the weekend. There was lots of good posts. You got to go follow us on Twitter, man. I'm telling you, that's where it's at. Go follow us on Twitter. So we're gonna start off with, I guess, should we say the genius of David Gettleman? Is that a good saying or no? Should we?
No, we can roll with that.
It looks like Gettleman made some good moves with a couple of these former Panthers in their I guess their showing in the preseason games. First off, we're gonna have some fun with Ted Ginn. Again, if you don't follow us on Twitter, you got to go follow us to see what we're talking about, because there was some GIFs posted, or GIFs, however you want to say it, posted on our Twitter. And one we're going to talk about all the former players that were on the Panthers roster at one point and have moved on. And first off, let's talk about Ted Ginn. Is he up to his old tricks, man? Is it same old for Ted Ginn?
Oh, that's how he rolls, man. If he's not a Panther, that's the MO. He does it for us too, but not on the level as the other teams in the National Football League, like your Cardinals, your 49ers, your Dolphins, your Saints.
Yeah, man. That was he dropped a wide open pass in the end zone. I don't know who the quarterback was. It wasn't Breeze, but
Chase Daniel.
Right. Yeah, there you go. Chase Daniel. It was a red zone pass, a nice little slant route. The ball hit him right in the hands, and he does what Ted Ginn. He ginned it. He was ginning. He was ginning that day. Not good. So
I heard the audio. Yeah. I heard the audio, and then when the commentator was like, "Oh no, he has to catch that," because they thought it was a good move by the defender. And like,
no, he has to
catch that.
It hit him in the hands, man. He ginned it.
He might have had some alligators in there too, but you know.
Yeah, you know how he's not going over the middle, man. Ted Ginn ain't going over the middle, bro. So yeah, Ted Ginn, he's up to his old tricks, man. And who we got next? Who else? Mike Reimers. Mike Reimers. Yeah, man. He was having Super Bowl flashbacks because maybe McDermott knows what to do against him, but yeah. It didn't look good. Poor Sam Bradford, man. He was catching the L.
Sir, he got rocked. That
Yeah.
was bad.
Again, if you don't know what we're talking about, go to Twitter, scroll back a couple days, and look at some of the gifts we posted. Those guys are terrible. Again, doesn't look too good. Rimmers, I think their offensive line, Vikings offensive line, is still going to struggle.
He's playing left tackle for them too, right?
No, he was on the right. Right.
Okay.
Yeah, he was on the right. And then Coney Ealy, man, they're saying that Coney Ealy is struggling to even make the roster. He might not even make the roster at the Patriots up in New England. He had some beef with Belichick. I don't know what the scuffle or what the argument was about, but yeah, they're saying he doesn't look good. Any thoughts on that?
Coney, man, that was a genius move. We got a second round pick for him too, didn't we?
Second, yeah, it was a late second round, but yeah, got a second round pick.
I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll take it. Belichick's not going to play. Belichick will cut him.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they were saying on Twitter. Patriots fans were saying that we always have one surprise cut, and they were saying that could be the guy.
Because Bill don't care if you ain't executing.
Yeah,
he has no loyalty. He can accept that he made a mistake.
Yeah. So Coney, man, not looking too good. But he turned into Moton. So Moton was our pick for him. So I think, and Moton's living up so far. Still got some time to see that out. But Moton so far so good. So yeah, that's the update on the former Panthers, man. Any more thoughts on them? Gettleman looked like he made some good moves, getting rid of those guys or letting those guys walk, however you want to look at it.
The chat's talking about Byron Bell starting for Dallas, man.
Oh wow, yeah, that could be interesting.
Definitely could.
Is that? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't think I would pick up Ely if he gets cut.
Yeah, well, let's see what Deshaun has. I don't think I'd mess with Ely, but I could see it. I could see him coming back. But there's really no room on the roster for him.
Depends how serious the Vernon Butler injury is. But then again, we probably want him playing in, not tackle.
Yeah, he's more of an in. But he's versatile enough to play inside too. So
yeah. So we might need to keep an eye on that with Vernon, because like I said, Bill's ruthless, man. He'll cut him.
Yeah, man. All right, let's. I think we're good on that. I don't know about the Byron Bell thing. I didn't look too deep into that. We'll have to see. I think maybe I'm pretty sure he's like subbing for somebody or something. Starters out.
He's starting at guard for now, so guard's manageable.
Still. Yeah, I don't know. Good luck with that. But yeah, all right, let's move on, man, because I don't want to. We got a lot to talk about during the show, man. I don't want to stay on that too long. But yo, let's talk about this week 1 Texas game, man. Where do you want to start, man? I think it was. I'll give you my. Well, you go ahead and give us your overall thoughts on the game, and we'll kind of dive into MVPs and such.
I think our first string is cool on both ends, offense and defense. I think Bird solidified his roster spot. I think he's like, if there was a question that he was on the bubble, there's no questions anymore. Bird's making a team. There's not a doubt in my mind. I thought that K'Wan Short, for the short stint that he did play, he was an animal, a certifiable animal. The Texans offensive line is pretty good, believe it or not. They actually have a pretty decent offensive line, and KK made them looking like simpletons. So, yeah, if he does that when the regular season starts, I can't wait. And we need to talk about how Derek Anderson's got better chemistry with Kelvin Benjamin than Cam does. We need to have this discussion. This discussion needs to occur at some point during this podcast.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
But we look good. We look really good. Our starters looked really good. After we saw the second string defense, I questioned a lot of things. So I questioned my depth a little bit. But overall, the starters did what they were supposed to do, and particularly our offense. Our offense did pretty well, considering the Texans had the number 1 defense in the NFL last year. I thought they looked really good. Yep,
I agree with everything you said. The offense, first string offense looked great. Even first string offensive line They held it together. Matter of fact, I don't think they gave up a sack all night. I could be wrong. On that. But I don't know. I got this call coming in, man. But yeah, man. I think the first string offense looked great. First string defense looked great. We didn't get a chance to see the DBs too much because, like you said, Star and KK was up in there wreaking havoc. So we didn't get a chance to see the DBs too much, but I like to see where they're at. I like where they're at right now, especially from training camp. But yeah, man. Other than that, second string interior defense was terrible. Texans pretty much moved the ball at will against our second string defense, interior specifically. The DTs on the second string were, after Vernon went down, it was just running up the middle pretty much anytime they wanted to. And if this was a game plan situation where they weren't trying to see the Texans, speaking of the Texans, if they weren't trying to see what they had in Deshaun Watson, they could have just ran the ball on us the whole game, and it would have been night. They moved the ball at will, but we shored that up in some of the roster moves we made. We'll talk about later. So we made some adjustments there to kind of fix that. But yeah, it was ugly. They pretty much ran the ball at will on our second string defense and third string defense. Other than that, I agree with everything. I like DA. KB looked good. Christian McCaffrey looked great. I mean, every time he touched the ball, it looked like he was about to take off. So I really like Christian where he's at. Bird, obviously. But we'll go ahead and see who was your offensive player of the game.
Bird.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, easy. He had 4 targets, had 4 catches, so he caught everything with his way. Had 98 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he abused Reggie Nelson Jr. This dude, I'm surprised he didn't get cut because both of his touchdowns were on the same dude. That same dude there's a picture of him getting shook up by Christian McCaffrey. So that guy had a rough night. I hope he can salvage the rest of his preseason because it wasn't good for Reggie Nelson Jr. It was bad. He got torched. Any other offensive standouts that you have?
Your boy Kelvin, man.
Of course. I told y'all, man.
Your boy Kelvin. No, I'll give him credit. I'll give him credit where it's due. And I would give it to Kelvin, and I would also give it to the first string offensive line. That's exactly. Yep. No, go ahead. Yeah, they had a hell of a day. Against that Texas defense, they had a hell of a day.
Yep, that's my standouts as well. First team offensive line had a great day. Even Darrell Williams, he had a good day going against Clowney. He looked good. The DA he had time. He sat in the pocket comfortably. He got rid of the ball. And let's talk about this first catch that KB had. Did you see how he just tossed your boy off of him, man? He just threw him off and I'm like, man, if we can get this KB like the entire season, and again, like we can go ahead and talk about it now. I agree with what you said. You said it the other day that it seems as if he has a better throw man's with DA. If you look at his stats when he's like DA targets him, I think Cam really relies on Olsen a lot. And I think he doesn't target KB as much, but when you get KB the ball, I mean, you saw what he did, man. You saw what he did. He tossed your boy, man. And these are against good cornerbacks too. That catch he had in the end zone, bro, amazing.
That was over Jonathan Taylor too.
Exactly. And did you see the mashup that I posted on Twitter? It was him at Florida State and him at catching that pass from DA. It was like the exact same on Twitter. Once again, you got to follow us on Twitter. But yeah, it was dope, man. It was dope. So I'm happy to see KB, man. It seems like with his mother passing and all that, dude is focused, man.
I'm just trying to
focus.
I'm just trying to understand his throw mats, man.
It's a good point. It's debatable. That's a good argument, man.
Now it's even like if you go back to when DA took over for Tampa, took over in 2014. Yeah, 2014. Yeah. It's just it's unbelievable.
Yeah,
and I'm not trying to knock Cam, but man, like whenever DA's playing, man, KB's having a decent game.
Yeah, he likes DA. I think it's just similar with Cam and Olsen, like how they have that throw mans. I just think DA, it's either that or Cam just not targeting KB. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but dude, KB is ready, man. I'm sticking with my 1,200 yards. I think they give him the ball this year, man. He was a monster. He was a monster.
You better. I don't know how many games you expect DA to play to get that 1,200 yards that you speak of, but
all 16, right?
All 16, right?
Nah, man. Nah, I think Cam's gonna target KB this year, man. It's his contract year. He needs it, man.
Yeah, I might need to do some research on that. I need to probably look at some research on that. Because now it's gonna be curious how much he targets them.
Yeah, but yes, that's a good stat to look up.
Well, and my boy Marcus put up a valid point. Plymouth, basically, man, like you don't want Cam to be forcing it to one guy either, right? You want him to spread. Offense at his finest. No one off his NFL, he spread the ball.
Yeah, I agree. I'm not arguing that. But KB's a man child, man. You got to give him the ball. It's a mismatch. Nobody can guard him. There's no corner in the league that can guard him when he's at his best like that. It's impossible. He's 6'5", like 240. Well, I won't. Let's lay off the weight. I don't know what his weight is, but he's 6'5", and he's a beast.
His weight ain't 270. I'll tell you that.
No, it's not 270.
No, it's not 270.
But yeah, and speaking of DA, man, he had a perfect QB rating when he was in. That's pretty. I mean, obviously the sample size is small, but he had a.
So who's panicking? Who's panicking? Who's gonna say, "Yeah, man, DA needs to be the starter. DA needs to be the starter"?
No, I've heard that already, but I think obviously guy.
Yeah.
We won't start no controversy here, man. Christian McCaffrey. What's thoughts on Christian McCaffrey? 33 yards on 7 carries.
Look good, man. He looked like he's gonna be the starter.
He looked good, and he was in between the tackles too. We said it. We said it. We said it here. He can go in between the tackles. He looked good. That one play where he pretty much hid behind the I don't know who it was who was blocking for him, but he hid behind the O lineman, and he just he tripped. But if he didn't trip, he would have been gone. And every time he touched the ball, and then on that one play when he hit the edge and he just outran everybody to the edge, it's crazy, man.
Yeah,
the speed is ridiculous.
And he runs like a power back. So like when he goes in between the tackles, he's getting in there and he knows how to get the extra yard or two.
Yeah, and that's exactly that. You brought up a great point. He knows how to end a run, if that makes sense. He knows he knows when the run is going to end. He knows how to get down, not take the huge hit, and get the extra yardage. He knows when to fight and he knows when to go down. He's a smart dude, man. He's a smart dude. So I really like Christian, man. I think he's going to be great. Obviously, you see the 22. So I'm rolling, man. I'm rolling. Christian all day, man. What else we got? The defense. Who you got for the defense? Stand out for the defense.
Short. Easily.
Yep. That's who I got.
I'm like he was a monster. Like
he's a beast.
He took over the game within the first 3 plays. And the reason why you didn't see your corners is because
exactly. That's a fact.
I've been praising that though all year and during the preseason, during all season. Like I'm not too panicked about the secondary if our freaking front 4 is like that. I'm not worried.
Yeah, and that's mind you, that defense look great. That's no Peppers, no CJ, and they look good, man.
Yeah, man.
That the front 4 look good, and don't because your MVPs might have been KK, but I had 2. I had KK and Star. Star was in there too, and he looked great. So I gave my my defensive player of the game to the starting interior D line, meaning KK and Star, because them dudes was wrecking house, man. Gonna have to figure it out. Somebody's gonna have to cut the check for our Star if we want to keep him, man.
I'll tell you what, with Vernon getting that injury, man, first thing I thought, I'm like, damn, man, Star.
Yep, that's the first thing that went through my head because it looked worse. It looked worse than what I guess it was.
Sure did.
Yeah, it looked bad. It looked like it was ACL. It looked like he went down and was pissed. Like, nah, man. So it obviously, I think they said he still should be on target for week 1. But then I also read reports that they may hold him out a couple weeks just to make sure he's good. But he should be ready week 1, bar anything else. But yeah, he went down. And right when he went down, that's when our second team defense, our interior defense, looked like garbage. So right when he went down, that's when they started moving the ball. And that was, I think, on that drive, they gave up there was mad penalties called on the Texans, and they still ended up scoring.
Yeah.
So do you have any more standouts for defense?
Nah, I mean, there was one defensive end that had a pretty good day in the third string. I think it wasn't Deshaun, but
no, it was it's the dude they brought in. I forgot his name. Hold on, I'm about to pull it up for you. But yeah, I had two. I had Brian Cox. He had a great game, and I also had Desmond Southward. He had a great game playing at safety. I think the guy you were talking about.
He had a pretty high. He had a high rating on from Pro Football Focus.
No, that was Brian Cox. You talking about
Cox? Yeah, that was Cox then.
But the other guy that had a great game was
You saying Arthur Miley?
No, not Arthur Miley. He was good too. Damn, I don't even see him on the roster. It starts with the O.
Yeah, the guy was.
Brian Cox. Right. So F.A. Obata, that was the guy that had a good game. He had a good game as well from the on the third string.
Okay. Joe Webb did all right too, man. I gotta give props to Joe.
Yeah, Joe had a good game, man. He threw that one pick, and where he was trying to force it to Demir. But yeah, no, he had a real good game, man. Real good game. Let's see. Any more thoughts on the game? So just to wrap it up, the injuries we talked about, Vernon and Brenton Burson had some kind of leg contusion or something. And here's a couple more thoughts. We got to Texas quarterback 17 times, 12 hits and 5 sacks. That's crazy, man. Hey, look, that defense is hungry, man. And dude, defense balled out. If we just fix the run defense on the second string, man, they ready, man.
Gano.
Yes. This guy, is he gonna get Aguayo'd?
Nah, he ain't gonna get Aguayo'd because he wasn't a second round pick. But he could potentially get released if he doesn't step up this next game against the Titans.
Yeah, that was rough. The first kick.
Yeah, man.
I was gonna say we could chop it up to nerves, but bro, you're a veteran, man. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, man.
You can't miss that. And then Butker came in and kicked that much straight down the middle. It was like a 50-yard kick.
Yeah,
straight down the middle with room.
Yeah, so
keep an eye on that. Yeah, gotta keep an eye on. I still think Gano has the edge.
Let Gano miss another field goal.
I wouldn't be surprised one bit if Butker ended up taking that job, man.
Well, at this point, you got to remember too, Hurney's there, so Hurney doesn't have loyalty to these draft picks, and particularly a 7th round pick. So or a 6th round pick, but he has that. Like Gano has that advantage. But if Gano misses another field goal or an extra point,
yeah,
I've been looking good.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. What else? Oh, any other thoughts on the Texans game before we hop into the next week?
Nah, I'm done, man. We gotta talk about these Titans.
All right, let's talk about the Titans. So we take on the Titans in Nashville on Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern time. We're actually going over there for joint practices. I don't know what the actual day we're heading over there for the joint practices, but I know last time we had joint practices, things got a little chippy.
It was chippy and some ACLs were torn.
Yeah. Do we have to bring up old stuff, man?
Well, it wasn't just us. There was a few other ACLs that were torn in the other team too, man. It was bad from what I remember.
Yeah, man. But yeah, let's talk about the Titans a little bit, man. I watched a little bit of that game versus the Jets, man, and that had to be one of the ugliest preseason games I've ever watched in my life.
It was bad.
7-3.
I watched it.
It was terrible.
It was bad.
Terrible. I fully expect them to come out inspired next week. I think we're gonna get their best shot.
I hope so.
But yeah,
I'm not interested in watching a 7-3 game. I'm not.
They look bad. I'm pretty sure we'll put up some points, man. We're not the Jets' offense.
Well, the Jets are terrible, so I get why they were terrible. But
defense is still okay though.
Yes, their defense is still okay. They have a defensive-minded coach, so their defense did come correct. But I don't know. I thought the Titans could have still put more than 7 points on them.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, man.
Yeah, I thought they could have done better than that.
Yeah, for all the people that wanted us to draft Derrick Henry, dude is pedestrian, man.
Alabama running back.
He looked extremely average out there, and I was one of them, to be honest with you. I wanted us to draft Henry. But yeah, he dude looks very average at best. Got to stay away from the Alabama defensive backs and Alabama running backs, man. They don't turn out too good. But let's see. From what I saw, Mariota didn't look sharp. Lots of holding calls. Let's see. Their QBs collectively went 14 for 31 on their throws. With the backup Alex Tanney taking up 11 for 27. Offensive linemen, the offensive line isn't that good. They gave up 11 quarterback hits, 7 sacks, and 10 tackles for losses. They're in for another rough day. Because, Jets defense is good, but I don't think their Panthers defense is good.
Nope. So we'll see what happens, man. We should be able to get the Mariota. Mariota know he has to bounce back from what he just did last week. So it'll be interesting to see how they do against us. I'm curious to see how our defense plays against Mariota. The wide receivers for the Titans right now is Rashard Matthews,
Eric Decker,
and Corey Davis, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, Corey Davis.
Let me just take a look at their lineup.
Yeah, so I think those are the top 3 receivers. And they still got Delaney Walker, who's a tight end for him, who was a big target for so it should be good to see how we do with Delaney, how we guard the tight end, because we're going to be going up against some pretty decent tight ends in our division.
Yeah, I'm okay with going up against Delaney, man. He's no world beater. He won't be the best tight end we see. He's good. Don't get me wrong, but I think I put my money on Shaq and the rest of the linebackers or nickels. I'm pretty confident in them. They could limit Delaney Walker. I want to see. Oh, go ahead.
Titans defense now. The flip sides. The Titans defense is sneaky good.
Yeah, they are good.
Yeah, they're sneaky good. Like, I don't think they got enough credit how good they were last year. So I'm curious to see how Carolina does against them. They're not as good as the Texans, but they got a pretty decent defense.
Yeah, they still got Arakpo. Let's see. I think they had a couple. They picked up Sylvester Williams in the offseason as well. So which he didn't even start the last game, which was a note. Arakpo. Let's see, Logan Ryan and Bryce McCain are their corners. No, LaShawn Sims and Logan Ryan are starting corners. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're anything to be. They're not world beaters, man. I think the Texas defense is much, much better. But I think we'll be able to. I really want to see. Obviously, Cam's probably not going to play
Nope.
This entire preseason, is what they're saying. But
Well,
I just go ahead.
They said that the plan is for him to play. They're shooting for him to play in the third preseason game, but if he doesn't play, he should play week 1 of the regular season. So
I think week 1 is the goal, which I'm okay with. My hand has been completely removed from the panic button. Obviously, we didn't talk about this earlier, but obviously he did. He resumed throwing again in team drills. He's still not 100% in practice. Like he's not participating in all the drills. But he's on the right track, and I think he's gonna play obviously week 1. Even if he somehow didn't, I'm confident in DA the first 3 weeks. I won't say 4. First 3 weeks, I'm confident in DA. Just off of what I've seen in the preseason and in prior seasons, obviously when he had to come in and play, he stepped up. But I'm interested to see. I want to see Funches step up a little bit. He had 1 catch. And they saying this dude's like the training camp all-star. He had the best training camp as far as receivers go. I just want to see him focused a little bit more in the passing game. I want to see McCaffrey a little bit more. I'm not going to say I want him to see him used differently because in training camp this week, he did line up at slot receiver for the first time. So now they're starting to move him around a little bit. There was also a formation with him with McCaffrey and Fozzie on the field at the same time, and they were saying that Fozzie is supposed to be Curtis Samuel. So I like to see that kind of formation. I want to see. I'm not saying throw the whole cat out the bag. I'm not saying do that, but I want to see him a little bit more. The 1 pass he did was going to get in the Texans game. It was a screen pass. It got deflected. So I'd like to see him catch a few balls. Pause. Let's see. Defense-wise, I want to see our cornerbacks tested a little bit. Not telling the defensive line, the front 7 to ease up, but I would like to see them tested a little bit. So that's about it, man. I really like how we look week 1, and I think it should translate to week 2. Will be our first road preseason game, so it's going to be a little different. It's a hostile environment.
I don't know if you're going to get to see those corners get tested.
We'll see, man. Mariota can get out the pocket, so
yeah,
he might extend plays. So you never know, man. I think we did see the dudes. There was a couple cover sacks too. I think KK was a cover sack in the Texans game. They had tight coverage, so I think it plays both hands. It goes both ways. So I just want to see them test a little bit more. I want to see the second string interior defense step it up. That's about it, man. I'm excited to see him again. I won't be able to see it live. I actually be on a cruise, so I have to watch the game on. I know. I have to go catch the game on either Sunday or Monday.
How many days?
Just 4. Just 4. Nothing. Taking the kids with me this time, so we're going small.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
time.
exactly. So yeah, man, that's all I got on the Titans game, man. What else you got?
Like I said before, I don't know if we're going to see our corners get any type of legitimate work. I don't know if that's a bad thing. And the thing that scares me is that I'm looking at these opponents that we have coming up in the preseason, and I don't know if we're going to get that type of work against Jacksonville either, because Blake Bortles has looked so freaking terrible. So I'm questioning if we're going to actually get to see some of our guys work until the regular season. So it'll be interesting. I mean, we got the 49ers week 1 and then Buffalo. So, and you saw what Buffalo did. They might not even have a number 1 wide receiver come week 1 at this pace. So
yeah,
it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna be a while before we have to see them test it.
Yeah, I think what we got. Then we got the Saints week 3.
We got the Saints week 3. So that'll probably be the first test for sure. and then the Patriots week 4. And somebody put up that Cam Newton's undefeated against the Patriots. And I respond by saying neither one of those, if those games weren't in Foxborough, bro.
That's true.
That game wasn't in Foxborough.
Yeah, them dudes are tough, man.
Brady's an animal in Foxborough.
They're tough.
So,
but yeah, we'll get to that a little bit later, man. Let's anything else on the let's just talk about their defense a little bit. Their defense was active in terms of keeping the Jets out of the end zone, but stat wise, they could have been a little bit more productive. They only got to the quarterback 4 times, which isn't good considering that the Jets' offensive line is pretty terrible.
That game was so hard to watch, and I had the condensed version. Like I can watch the joint in 30 minutes.
That's even worse. Yeah, that's bad. You know it's bad when you can't watch the condensed version, man.
Man, it was bad. It was bad. I understand that Buffalo's not a pushover, Marcus, but the thing about Buffalo is that right now they don't have a number 1 wide receiver. Jordan Matthews got hurt on his first practice. He might be out for multiple weeks with his chest. He's got like a fractured sternum or something like that. So he might be out for a little while.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he might be out for a little bit. So they just traded for him. First practice, he gets hurt. So Robert Woods left the team. Robert Woods is in LA. Sammy Watkins got traded to LA. Who Tyrod gonna throw to? Oh, Zaytoven.
Yeah, they set up they set Tyrod up for failure, bro.
Sure did. They're already talking that they might have been trying to tank the season.
LaShawn ain't gonna help him out. Not against us, B. That run defense is legit. And we got a McCoy-like running back, so we can defend against that. So, yeah, man, that's pretty much all we got on the Titans, man. It's going to be interesting to hear the live reports from the practice, the joint practices, man. Hopefully they don't get too chippy. We got a week 1 relatively healthy. Could have been worse. No long-term injuries. Hopefully we get out of this week 2 pretty much scot-free on injuries as well.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
What day? You don't know the days for the joint practices?
Yeah, I don't know the days for the joint practices. I don't know when they leave.
Okay. Well, I'm good on this game. This should be I anticipate us beating. We should be able to beat the bricks off of Tennessee, man. Yeah, we
got a little discussion about does the preseason mean anything in a little bit. But yeah, so
before we get to that discussion, I want you guys' thoughts. What do you guys think about the preseason? Okay. Do you think it matter? I'm going to look at your comments while we discuss the next topic. We're going to get there.
Yeah, we want to know, does the preseason matter? How much does it matter? Yeah, just post your thoughts in there. We're going to read them off, and then we'll get to a point. But let's talk. Next up, we're going to talk about these roster moves. Safety Dean Marlowe ended up clearing waivers, and we moved him to IR, so he made it back onto our roster. We waived tackle Tyrus Thompson and brought in Brian Folkorts. He's a center, and he will likely be replacing Gino Gostkowski, whose injury I think he's got an injury which might be pretty significant. So I think Larson's still safe, but they're bringing in a little bit more competition just to kind of, I guess, keep him going. We waived defensive tackle Drew Iddings and signed defensive tackle Connor Wojciak. I don't know how to say it, but we signed him. He's from, I believe, I don't know whose squad we got him off of, but I think we're trying to shore up that defensive line because it was pretty terrible outside of or after Vernon Butler went down. I think we brought in some insurance to get the defensive line bolstered up. So, any thoughts on those additions?
I think only one guy's going to make the team, and that's the center. I don't think anybody else.
I don't think none of those. I don't think any of those guys are going to make the team.
You don't think so?
None of them. None of the guys we just talked about.
The guy that's replacing Gino, you don't think he's going to make the team?
No, because Larson's going to take that. Then it just brought him in for competition, just not to hand it to Larson.
Fair enough.
Because Larson can play. Larson is pretty versatile.
Okay. Nah, I don't have too much on these guys.
That's the roster moves. Yeah, nothing serious. Just Marlowe made clear waivers. That's about it. That's the biggest thing to talk about there. So on to the next topic. Does the preseason mean anything? Does it mean anything? I tell you what.
Wait, before you answer, I'm going to give some comments.
Yep, go ahead.
Marcus said nope. You know what I'm saying? Because 2001 we went undefeated in the preseason, and then we proceeded to go 1-15. For rookies, a lot of folks are saying yeah for the rookies. Chris is saying yes. Jared's saying, well, for players that's coming off of injuries. Ryan, rookies and folks fighting for a roster spot. Some folks are saying, of course, because the Panthers are playing. And Jeffrey says, yeah, it matters from the standpoint of the team gelling together. And Daniel's talking about position battles and things of that nature. So a lot of folks are saying, yeah, it matters. But I know you have a gaudy stat.
Yeah. So I was just browsing along on a Saturday, and I was like, man, does the preseason really matter? Why do we care about the preseason? And I just found this really interesting stat. I haven't heard anybody talk about it, and if you have, I don't know. I'm not stealing from anybody because I looked this up myself. But does it specifically matter? It specifically matters to the Panthers under Ron Rivera. So since Ron Rivera has been our coach, the 2 seasons that we went 3-1 in the preseason led to 12-4 and 15-1 records. The seasons where we finished 2-2 or below led to losing seasons. So let's break it down. 2011, we went 1-3 in the preseason, and we went 6-10 in the regular season, losing record. 2012, we went 2-2 in the preseason, went 7-9 in the regular season, losing record. In 2013, we went 3-1 in the preseason, 12-4 in the regular season, winning record. In 2014, we went 2-2 in the preseason. We went 7-8-1 in the regular season, losing season. In 2015, obviously, we went 3-1 in the preseason and went 15-1 in the regular season, winning season. And last year, we went 2-2 in the preseason and went 6-10 in the regular season. Is that a coincidence? I don't know. I think that's enough evidence to make a pretty solid hypothesis that the preseason matters, specifically under Ron Rivera. Because when we're successful in the preseason, good things happen, and it's a fact. So, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, when you told me that stat the other day, I was like, whoa, that's crazy. That is insane. Because our previous head coach, John Fox, it was all over the place. It didn't really matter for him, so to speak. Somebody did mention about the 15-1 season, so I got to give Chris the credit. He did mention the 15-1 season, but I don't think he might not have fully known about the 12-4 season. One of those losing seasons that we did have when we went 2-2, we went 7-8-1. We still made the playoffs because the division was so.
Yeah, the division was garbage.
Yeah, the division was terrible that year. But yeah, the preseason, I think does matter more for this team mainly because it tended to be a younger team versus what Fox had. Fox had more veterans on his squad versus what Rivera's had. It seems like Rivera's always been trying to grow certain bases of the positions on the team all the time. So it does matter to him, and rightfully so.
Yeah. So, and just to caveat that, under John Fox, the results varied. That's why I say specifically under Ron Rivera, it's been pretty consistent that when we're 3-1. Or that when we have a winning season, 3-1, 4-0, we haven't won 4-0 under Rivera, but when we have a winning season in the winning preseason leads to successful post regular season. So I like it, man. Hopefully we can. That's why I think I'm taking a lot of stock in these preseason games, probably more than most, wants to be competitive. And it looks like we were out there really competing, and they really care about the preseason. A lot of people kind of just go through the motions, hence the Jets, Titans. But I think those guys really, really wanted it. So I don't know, but keep an eye on that though. We'll revisit that once we get close. We'll revisit whether we were right or wrong about this, because it's pretty consistent in the past five years. So
yeah, 4-0
yep.
is possible. 3-1 is probably plausible though. I mean, we beat the Titans. I think we can beat the Titans in Jacksonville. Typically, the fourth game, we're like, okay, playing Pittsburgh, okay, we're not gonna play that game that long.
Yeah, but I think, man, you look at Joe Webb, the way Joe Webb is playing. I think our third string quarterback is probably one of the better quarterbacks in the league. I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of third string quarterbacks, so I can't say that for a fact. But Joe Webb puts us in a good position. So I like Joe Webb.
Yep. I agree.
All right. So we just decided to throw that out there, man. Just doing some research on the preseason, and it's consistent, man. Yeah. 3-1 is the goal, or 4-0 is the goal. We've never been 4-0 under Rivera. Fox did it, but I think that equated to a losing season under Fox.
Yep.
I did all his seasons too, and it was just all over the place. Matter of fact, I have a paper right here. Hold on. Yep. We went in 2004. We went 4-0 under John Fox, and we went 7-9 in the regular season. It looks like it only matched up 4 times out of John Fox's tenure. So 4 out of 9 seasons. Yeah. I don't know, man. We'll see if that sticks.
Yep.
So you got any roster moves
that I liked or didn't like?
No, I mean like just for like for your 53 man.
Oh,
I got a bunch.
Bird's moving up the chart.
Well, Bird to me always was making the roster. There was not a doubt in my mind he wasn't making the 53 man.
I'm debating if they're gonna keep just 5 receivers, man.
Yep. So that's where I'm at too. You wanna go through it?
Burson ain't gonna be one of the 5.
I agree with that. But do you wanna go through each?
No, we don't have to hit every position.
I did something different. So here's what I did. So I actually have us keeping all 4 running backs: Jonathan Stewart, McCaffrey, Fozzie, and Artis Payne. Keep them all, and then cut Brenton Burson. So we only keep 5 wide receivers to even that out, because McCaffrey can play receiver. I just think that, and you got to have a backup for McCaffrey just in case something happens. So that's why you got to keep Fozzie.
Yeah, that could be plausible. Like somebody asked about Clay. I don't like if we keep 5 receivers, the 5 is set. Kelvin, Funches, not Burson, Curtis Samuel, because he's going to make the team because he got drafted, even though he hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
Russell Shepard and Bird. Those are the 5.
Yep.
Those are the 5.
I agree with that.
So if that happens, then you need to hope. We're going to be trying to hope to get like Austin Duke, Clay.
Nope. It's not happening.
And Garrett on
I don't think Austin Duke had a rough out, man. He shot himself in the foot big time. He had like 2 back-to-back drops. It wasn't a good night for him, man. So I think he'll make the practice squad, but he had a rough go, man. He was really on the edge. But unless he does something miraculous this next game, I think he's pretty much done.
And considering the teams that we're facing the next couple of games, I mean, like Titans got a pretty good defense. Jacksonville's got a pretty good defense. So it's going to be tough for those wide receivers to gain any type of traction. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. So I think they might just keep 5. So if they keep 5, none of these other cats are making the team.
Yep, I agree with that. I also made a change in my linebackers. I removed Ben Boulware and added Jared Norris. Ben Boulware got buried, man. He wasn't even. I don't even think he took a special team snap. He got buried big time. I thought he was a little bit. I thought he was at least going to come in a little bit earlier in the game, but he was like the last couple minutes in the fourth quarter, he got buried big time. So I got seven. I still got seven linebackers, but I added Jared Norris, who got a lot of good time and made some really good plays. He caused the fumble that Southward recovered. So I'm going Jared Norris there instead of Ben Boulware on my.
They might be trying to bury Boulware so they can put him on the practice squad.
Yeah, I think he'll make the practice squad.
Yeah,
he could probably benefit from a couple years on the practice squad.
Because if he shows out in the game, he ain't gonna make the practice squad. Because I don't think it's plausible for him to make the team. So if
he's not making it.
Yeah,
he's not gonna make it.
People are talking about Manhurst, man.
Yeah, I'm still with Manhurst, man. He has some issues with drops at training camp. But I believe Simonson went down, if I'm not mistaken. He went down in the game. I don't think it's major, but he went down and Manhurst. But Manhurst, I'm still sticking with Manhurst as my third tight end. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, somebody said the same thing I said. He had a lot of drops in camp. Yeah. But I think he'll work through it, especially with Simonson being on and off hurt. It wouldn't be cause for concern to me unless they brought in another tight end. Then I'd be a little concerned. Let's see. Oh, I did make one more change, which is an obvious one. I got Desmond Southward as our fourth safety, removing Dean Marlowe, who made it to IR. Yeah. So outside of that, that's my 53.
Yeah, I can't disagree with those.
Yep, Southward had a good game. So I think he's well on his way. He looked good too, especially the fact that he went up against Julio, coming from Atlanta. So he looked good.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if Carolina does decide to keep 4 running backs, man.
I think it's possible, man, because you got to think about it. The only way I would say if Curtis Samuel was 100% healthy, I would say they would keep 6 or they would keep 3 running backs because you could essentially put him back there because he's a converted running back as well. So you could say, all right, McCaffrey goes down, I'm just going to replace him with Curtis. But with that not looking like this dude's ever going to play anytime soon, you gotta have that running back that could potentially take the McCaffrey snaps, which is Fozzie. So you got to keep Fozzie. Plus Fozzie's kick returner as well. So he's got his spot pretty much locked up, in my opinion. Cap is the one you got to worry about. And I believe you keep Cap because Jonathan Stewart may or may not play the entire season. So you got to keep that power back. But McCaffrey has proven he can take that too. So this is different.
No, we didn't talk about Stewart's 4 yards rushing on 2 carries, man.
I ain't worried about that, man. I ain't worried about it. He barely plays in preseason in the first place, so I'm not worried about his. I mean, he's not McCaffrey. They're 2 different guys, so I don't know. I don't know, man.
Yeah, we're gonna have a pretty stacked practice squad at this pace.
Yeah, man, I haven't done it yet, but I expect if Cole Luke doesn't make the roster, I expect him to be on the practice squad. I expect Brian Cox to make the practice squad. I expect who else? Austin Duke. I think that's and Ben Boulware. That's 4 right now. There's a couple others. The F.A. Obda guy, defensive end, he probably gonna make it too. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
The kicker. If Bucker doesn't make the team, they'll probably put him on the squad.
I don't know. Do you save a practice squad spot for a kicker, man? It's like you just call him on when you need him, man. I mean, seriously, man. Like, I don't think you keep a spot for it.
They're saying Ron. They said that Ron already alluded to it, so
I guess so.
Don't put it against them.
I guess so. They must be letting Gano walk after this year.
They might, man. They might not want to pay him that money. They might.
Yep. All right, man. That's pretty much all I got, man. That was it. That was it, man.
We under an hour.
Yeah, we didn't go that long, man. We didn't go as long as I thought we were gonna go. But yeah, we got some announcements. Couple things, couple housekeeping notes. iTunes. We are officially on iTunes. Search Panther Nation Podcast. Get all the episodes. Go subscribe up there. And leave us some good reviews and whatnot.
5 stars.
Appreciate it. 5 stars and all that good stuff. We appreciate it. That'll help us get some media credentials, man, so we could really do some damage.
Yeah, that's right. And spread the word, guys. The more the merrier. The more the merrier. So spread the word, give us 5 stars. If you got any feedback, we take the feedback. So please subscribe. And the Fantasy League, this is my announcement. We're going to do the live draft during the show on August 28th. So 2 weeks from now, we're going to do the live draft. I sent the email out prior to the podcast starting. I have 2 participants that have not joined. One of them is one of the co-hosts.
My bad, man. My bad. I get
the
on
other
it.
one, and the other one is Luke, but I don't think Luke's in here today. I have an email for one individual, Ninja Panther. If I get one more person. So Samson, if you want the next spot, I worked all day, man. Spare me. If you want the next spot, I'll make it a 12-team league. I'll make it a 12-team league, and if Luke doesn't respond, then I'll have another slot. So I can up it to a 12-team league, and then go from there. So, Samson, if you want another spot, man, I'll add 2 more teams, and we'll be at a 12-team league. So let me get an email, and I'll invite you right now. Let's see here. Settings. Let me edit and change it to 12. All right.
All right. That being said, anybody got anything else?
Trying to get this email from Samson.
Oh.
Yeah. I think, you guys got any questions for us while I wait on this email? It won't be a long night, man. I'm gonna reduce it. I'm gonna reduce the picks to 60 seconds. 45 if I have to. We'll get through. I'm not doing an auction.
Yeah, we're not doing an auction, bro.
I don't care. I'm down with an auction, but
nah, I'm not doing an auction. Do we pick up a vet? Do we pick up a vet safety? I don't think so. It depends on Southward. If Southward continues his play, I don't think so. But I don't know. I could see it. Would that make me feel a little bit more comfortable? Yes, because I'm not a fan of Colin Jones. But yeah, I hope not. I mean, I hope. How is Curtis Samuel? Okay, Curtis, man. Shit, we ain't seen him since the first day of training camp. I think he's running a little bit more, but there's no timeline. Haven't seen it. He ain't practicing. It'd be nice to see him at least week 4 of the preseason, maybe. But there's nothing really out there about him and what we're gonna do with him. Don't know. No updates.
Got saying I look tired, man.
Am I worried about Curtis? Not really. I like to see him, but I think I don't know, man. I think offense would be fine without him. I like Christian. I mean, it'd be great to see our offense at 100% with Curtis and McCaffrey on the field at the same time. But I mean, at this point, you kind of got to roll with what you got, and I think what we got is good enough. So if he comes back, it's just another weapon. If not, it kind of is what it is.
You would think they would keep a 6-round receiver if Curtis isn't ready, but the more I see it, it sounds like then they might be willing to roll with 5. So
I think Burson was that 6 guy, but if he got hurt, and I don't know the extent of his injury, but he wasn't at a couple practices, so I don't know the extent of his injury. But if he's hurt and can't go, I don't think the other 3 are showing enough to make that roster. And Clay is an excellent punt returner, though. If he could somehow snatch that from Damiere Byrd, not to say that Damiere Byrd wouldn't make the roster, but if he could somehow snatch that punt return duty and let Damiere just be a receiver, it would be great. But Damiere is so good at kick returns, and he's excelling on the field. He's making it hard.
So Curtis, if we decide to IR Samuel, that means he has to make the team, and then we're going to have to IR him then. We can't IR him now because we risk losing him because he has to go through waivers. So, but I'm not too concerned about it. I'm not worried about it if Samuel's not ready. I mean, if we have to, so if we make the decision to just keep 5, and then we end up IRing somebody and then bringing somebody back, IRing Curtis and then bringing somebody back, I'm fine with that. And then maybe you'll see like an Austin Duke or a Clay.
To me, there's no reason to worry about him, man. Like I said, I think Russell Shepard is good. He'll be there, and I think McCaffrey. You'll see McCaffrey filling a lot of that slot time, but they're bringing him on. I'd rather than bring him on slow than try to force him back. I think you won't see a healthy 100% Curtis Samuel probably to about week 6, week 7. That's just me guessing. I have no information, but they're not gonna throw him back in when he's not healthy. But I told you guys hamstring linger. I told you they linger, man. They don't go away. He's gonna be dealing with that for a while. And he's a speed guy, so that's just kind of is what it is.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about Steve Smith, man, and the hug.
Oh yeah, the infamous Cam hug.
That was hilarious.
look mad awkward.
It did. Like, I don't think Smitty was expecting that one.
Nah, man, he need to go ahead and get his retirement contract though, man.
Well, it's good. We got better odds now. We definitely got better odds.
It's a fact. That is a fact.
I'll tell you what, if McCaffrey's going to break his first run, it's going to be the next game.
I think it could happen at any moment, man.
Yeah,
when he runs, I'm telling you, when you watch him run, it just looks like he's ready to go at any point, man. It's kind of scary, actually.
I don't think Smitty hates Rivera.
I think he does. He did kind of make a comment about it.
Really?
Not just as much, but he did say that. Don't quote me on this, but he did say something about how Rivera didn't meet him face to face. He kind of he hid in his office or something when they were cutting him. So he did kind of call out Rivera.
Oh wow! Because I know initially it was all about Gettleman. It was about Gettleman. And at one point he said, I didn't have an issue with the coaching staff. So maybe that coaching staff didn't mean Rivera. Maybe he was talking about like his wide receiver.
Nah, I think Rivera got some parts in that too, man. So maybe we got to see Rivera go first before he completely commits.
Oh, man.
But I don't know. I don't know, because you would think if Gettleman was the sole issue, you would think it would have been done by now. He would have signed that, and it would be game over. But
I didn't hear about this rumor.
No, I didn't hear about that either. That's crazy.
Nah, I don't think he would have punched Cam.
He said he can't reach Cam's face. That's funny.
All right, he told me that we can go ahead and shut it down, so we'll shut it down. I'll wait for his email. All
right, peeps. Yeah, we about to get out of here, man. We'll holler at y'all on the next one again. Go look us up on iTunes and make that subscription happen. We'll holler at y'all after the game on Monday. I don't know. Are you gonna man the Twitter during the game?
I can.
Yeah, because last time that was me live, I guess, tweeting the game.
Yeah, I'll tweet it. I'll tweet it up.
I won't be here to do it. So, yo, follow us on Twitter.
I think I know why Luke didn't work, which is interesting. The email wasn't valid, but that's weird. All right, but yeah, follow us on Twitter, man. I'll be tweeting for this one. Oh yeah, we forgot to put the symbol up, man.
Oh yeah, man, I ain't putting that up, man. Y'all know what it is. Y'all see the icon, man. But yeah, now I'll holler at y'all, man. We about to wrap this up, man. Thanks for all y'all participation, man. Appreciate all the love, and we'll see y'all on the next one.
Thank you for listening to the Panther Nation podcast, hosted by Rashad and David. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at Panther Nation Podcast. You can also like our Facebook page at Panther Nation Podcast. While you're at it, follow us on Twitter at Panther Nation PC. And always remember, keep pounding.
Keep pounding, peeps.
All right, keep pounding.